So, as you guys can see, we have a little change of scenery today. I have my mic in front of my face because I'm recording on a laptop. I couldn't, get my webcam up high enough like you would on a monitor or whatever. Yeah, back home for the holidays for a couple of days. Really crazy being back in my old room. This is obviously where the channel started, where all this stuff started, and we've come so far. We've come a long way. Bounced around like all over America, and made all kinds of videos and had all kinds of growth and everything. So it is weird, being back making videos where I was like a year or two ago. But yeah, here we are, and like always, the show must go on. So a little bit different setup today. I got a new laptop, so this laptop should be pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit different, but hopefully things will be pretty smooth. Today we have some big news coming out of Evil Geniuses that I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into that. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Help us hit 10,000 by the end of the year. With that being said, let's get right into this. So Evil Geniuses, to me, is a very, very interesting team. Honestly, I just tweeted out this morning that I think people, the more I think about it, might be underrating them a little bit. And I think it's totally fair to underrate them right now. I don't blame people at all. They have two huge question marks. There is, the kind of superstar or budding star that was Danny last year. He had the crazy pentakill play that really was one of the most viral clips of the entire League of Legends season, which is really funny coming out of the LCS, which is seen as not necessarily the highest tier league, and then coming out of a rookie player that not a lot of people even knew about, let alone had high expectations for. But it really put him on the map, started putting his brand on the map, and really showed, obviously it's just one play, and anyone can make a good play, but really showed that he is a beast, and he was a pretty consistent beast for EG in this past split. But understanding that into 2022, the sophomore slump exists. We've seen people have one good split before and then, not work out. We've seen people fly high and crash fast. Obviously, Evil Geniuses doesn't think that's what Danny is going to do, and Danny's in a good position playing on a very, very good team with a very, very good coach in Peter Dunn, so a lot of people don't expect that, but how good is Danny? Is he going to progress? Is he going to plateau from last year? Is he going to get worse? That's a very, very fair question. And then obviously Jojo Pune in the mid lane is a massive question mark. This guy was very, very good in Academy, but how good is he going to be in the LCS? Is he ready for the LCS? Is he a split away from being ready from the LCS? Is he a year away from being ready for the LCS? Or is he ready for the LCS right now, and is he going to be a top 5 mid laner, this split? Because if Danny can be a top 3 AD carry in the LCS, and Jojo Pune can even be a top 5 mid laner in the LCS, this EG team can be very, very scary and could really potentially win it all, which I don't think people are really giving enough credit to that. I don't think Danny and Jojo Pune need to be that great. They need to be good, but not that great, because you have a top 3 top laner in Impact. You potentially have a top 2 jungler and Inspired, maybe top 3. He's a LEC MVP. He's going to come to LCS and probably be pretty damn good. And then a top 3 support in Vulcan as well. This team has a ton of talent, and at the end of the day, League of Legends is a team game. I think Jojo Pune and Danny are in awesome situations to succeed right away, because even if you're maybe not totally ready or not 100%, an absolute beast or whatever, having a beast team around you makes you look a lot better. I know that's something we've kind of been talking about for Shen Yi, how he looked really good on FPX, but maybe it wasn't so hard to look good on FPX. He had a really, really good team. I think that could be the case for Danny and Jojo Pune this year, but either way, the big news coming out, and the reason to be excited if you're an Evil Geniuses fan, Evil Geniuses isn't seen as one of the top 3, brands in the LCS, or even top 4, now that 100 Thieves is starting to make a run and get exciting and stuff. So they need to make big splashes. They need to find franchise players. They need to start, building up their brand and gaining fans and all this stuff. And really their way of going about this is, being the NA talent team, the team that is actually putting their money where their mouth is and developing young, talented North American players, and they did that in a big way, coming out with the news that Andrew Barton, this is the general manager for Evil Geniuses, tweeted out, happy to announce that EG Danny has accepted his extension with Evil Geniuses. He said, well deserved, Dan. Couldn't be more proud of how you performed for EG at the LCS level. Keep up the hard work going in 2022. Now, somebody asked for how many years. That's a very, very fair question. I'm not exactly sure. I think he had 1 year left on his contract, so it'll be interesting to see if they, signed him for 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But either way, I think this is very, very exciting. Now, it is a little bit hard to analyze because the contracts are not public. Contract lengths are public, obviously, but without seeing the amount of money, it's hard to say if this is a win for EG, a win for Danny, or a win for both, because there's definitely cases you can make on both sides whenever there's a contract extension. I know there's some people that are going to be like, oh, contracts in the LCS or in League of Legends don't even mean anything. You're just, putting yourself in a position for contract jail. But also, on the other hand, maybe he just got himself a raise this year. Potentially he renegotiated this year's salary in addition to the future salaries, because this guy was on an amateur contract before. Obviously, you get some kind of bump up when you make it to the LCS, but this guy wasn't on an LCS contract. So, I'm sure... I think at the end of the day, this is a win-win for both parties. I'm sure EG got what they wanted, locked him up for long-term, and locked him up probably for what... If he performs the level they think he's capable of, they're probably underpaying. But I'm sure Danny also got a raise for this year, and really good money into the future. Now, that could be risky for Evil Geniuses, because what if Danny comes out this year and sucks? What if last year was a flash in the pan? What if he's not that good this year? That's very, very fair. And then obviously it could be a risk for Danny, because what if he, some people are saying this kid could be the next Doublelift. What if he is the next Doublelift? What if this year, he's like an LCS MVP candidate? Then you would have to assume he's going to be getting underpaid, because I don't think this contract extension is going to be paying him like that. But either way, I do think this is very, very good move by EG again, because there was some talk this offseason of him potentially leaving. Maybe EG selling him off, maybe him wanting to go somewhere else, maybe him going to TSM, maybe him going to, C9, TL, whatever. Because, yeah, it's not only super easy for EG to get players to come to them, especially as, the fifth best team. But obviously, EG had a good offseason. They had a good year last year, and they're expected to make improvements into the new year. So, locking up Danny was definitely very, very cool. He did tweet out that he's here to stay. Now, obviously, that's very, very easy to say. We've seen people say that in the past. I mean, even his teammate Inspired just signed a contract extension with Rogue, and now, obviously, he's in the LCS. He's with Evil Geniuses. But if Danny really likes the org, if he's saying he's here to stay, the org's happy to have him, this seems like it could be a very, very good up-and-coming, budding relationship between Danny and the organization. And if Danny does end up to be the next Doublelift or, one of the LCS all-time greats, which... he's a long way away from that, but everyone's journey has to start somewhere, then this could be an amazing deal for Evil Geniuses. Now, on the other side, we do have some of these old tweets where, this is when Team Liquid was releasing Jensen. Azael tweeted out, how many weeks until welcome EG Jensen if Jojo Pune has a bad start? And then Peter Dunn said 104 weeks, give or take 2, meaning that Jojo Pune was going to be the EG starting mid laner for the next 2 years, no matter what. It didn't matter if Jojo Pune sucked or if he had a slow start or whatever. They believe in him. He's their guy. They're going with him for the next 2 years. And then we have a new update to that. Obviously, we have Andrew Barton, the GM, tweeting out, Peter actually meant 156 weeks. Congratulations on your extension, Jojo Pune, meaning that they have him locked up until the end of the 2024 season now, a 3-year deal for Jojo Pune. Now, again, exact same stuff with Danny for Jojo Pune, except Jojo Pune has less negotiating. He hasn't come into the LCS and been a beast yet. He hasn't had a good split. He hasn't had that one good play to put him on the map. And also, Jojo Pune's branding kind of sucks. If you go to his Twitter, he has like an NCAA basketball Twitter picture. He only has 2,000 followers. He doesn't really tweet like ever. He tweeted November 15th, can't wait for LCS, which that's cool. He tweeted sick earbuds for a sponsorship they had. They got 60 likes. And other than that, he doesn't tweet. He didn't even retweet his contract extension, or anything like that. So, he doesn't have a big brand. He hasn't come into the LCS yet. So he has less negotiating power, and I'm sure, he didn't get as crazy or big of a deal or whatever. But again, a guy coming from Academy who was not making much money at all, now getting some LCS money is cool. And then again, EG just showing they're believing in their players. They want to lock them up for long term. It makes smart as a business decision, but it also makes sense, in terms of starting to build this brand, build this fan base, and build this LCS roster into the future, where they, again, quietly, it seems like they're flying under the radar of having a very, very good team, and a team that I think could be an LCS title contender this season and could be a team headed to Worlds. Again, it's going to depend on the shoulders of 2 youngsters, of 2 rookies, but this is North American talent at its finest, and EG is committed to developing that and has locked both of these guys up for the long term. And to me, that's very, very exciting. And it's a good time to be an EG fan. And I think 2022 is going to be a good year. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about EG signing these 2 players to extensions? Good move by the org, bad move by the players? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.